She's a picture mess. You
Actually.
do you. Yeah.
Listen, guys, this bit is about being unapologetically you, okay? Hello! Get heart-centered.
Everybody has a story. Like, it's a choice.
I got so excited. Ladies, how did it?
It is episode 14, and you know we've gotten a lot of questions about beauty tips and this and that, which I think is kind of funny coming to a group like us, right? So here's our deal. We are a bit anti-beauty in terms of societal norms, I think.
I
I would you define?
Yeah.
Define what we're talking about.
I was just talking about this. My homie Merriam-Webster, shout out to Big Merriam here, says that the definition of beauty is the quality or aggregate of qualities in a person or thing that gives pleasure to the senses or pleasurably exalts the mind or spirit. So what's interesting to me is it's talking about qualities and the total qualities that give pleasure to the mind or spirit, meaning that means beauty is whatever the fuck I want it to be for me, and it could be completely different than what it means for you and or the next person. And yet, I don't know, I feel like I was born into this society that's like, well, you have a vagina, so you need to have hair, and you need to have a dress, and you need to have, you know, wedge shoes or high heels, and you need to look a certain way and get your hair done and do this, get your nails done, it was a lot, and still is very overwhelming to someone like me who doesn't really identify as 100% female, and also has a different idea about what femininity and that means to me, right? Like, it's interesting. What does beauty mean to you?
Well, I was going to say, why don't we just term this episode anti-beauty?
Boom.
Yeah.
Because all three of us don't really adhere to the conventional beauty standards. And I think that it's interesting because social media is definitely shifting away from the picture perfect woman into, I want to see the girl who's thrift shopping, who is a crumbling mom and picks herself up, you know, that your hair is not exactly perfect. So I think reality is coming into social media. And if you're listening to this, you're also understanding that we are not perfect either. So when we get a question like, hey, can you girls do an episode about your beauty tips? We kind of all paused and
We're
went,
like, what beauty tips?
we were like, beauty, huh? Because that's
True.
definitely not the first thing that any of us define ourselves as at all. That would not be in our top 5 how we would describe each other or personally. So it's interesting because, you know, Rain, I think you might want to chime in on this because you on Instagram, you have quite a presence, but I'm always wondering, I'm like, how come you have never done like a hair tutorial? Or like you must have, your followers must be like, hey, can you share your tips and tricks?
You did one hair
I
tutorial
did.
and it was like, I loved it. It was a messy bun tutorial and it was like a 5-minute video
Okay,
of her
yeah.
literally throwing her hair up.
But you
and
know why
putting it in a messy
I
bun.
did that was because so many fuckers were messaging me every day, how do you do your hair, how do you do your hair, how do you do your hair?
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? And I literally decided to do it right before a workout when I would have just put my hair up anyway, and it was a quick little thing. But I'm not that person that, you know, I used to be. So I used to hide behind this, my hair's fixed, and I would tease it, and I would do all the things, and wear makeup, and I would you know, wear a face of makeup if I was gonna be on camera, have photos, or go to events and things like that. But I found that that wasn't me. Right? I wasn't being myself through that. And so now I love being able to wake up and have like lines, like sleep lines through my face, you know, like you just like I slept really fucking good, and I've got like this crease on my face, and my I was gonna say my makeup isn't done. You know what I mean? My hair, I got bedhead. My hair now is usually a good week of sweat and dry shampoo, right? Like that's just not me. And I think that people like to see that. I think that people like to see that you don't have to have a face full of makeup. You don't have to have your hair perfectly done. Like if I try to curl my hair once when it's washed, and then I'll ride that out for a week.
But I think a good question is this your real hair?
This is not even my real hair.
So this is my point, is that
It's
sometimes
not
you
even
guys,
my
you're
hair.
watching on Instagram or you're looking at our YouTube and you look at someone like Raina and you go, man, look at how long her hair is. I should ask what shampoo she uses,
Yeah.
because then I could do that for 1 month and my hair will look like Raina's. Where you guys have to understand that is not the way that we should be A, looking at each other, or
Yeah.
B, questioning each other.
But I get extensions because I had short hair. I had my hair like it was like a lob, right? It was like chin length. And then in a moment, you know, people go to the hairstylist and they have like black hair and they're like, okay, I want to be like a blonde now. And that was me. I was like, my hair is so short, but I'm sick and tired of it because I had it from the time I had Mackenzie. I had it for like 11 years. And then I said, I don't want short hair anymore. And the only solution was to do extensions. And so that's why I have extensions now. But I also lost a ton of hair when I was sick. Like all of this, like if you have like all of this is like baby growth that just like filters in. When I don't have extensions, it's so thin and spotted and I hate it. And so it's like my step before shaving my head.
And which is, you
What's
know,
up, girl?
yeah, which is a good transition,
Yeah.
because Lindsay, you're on the other side of the spectrum, shaved her head, but yet you beautify your nails and your lashes. And like, can you walk us through what anti-beauty and beauty kind of is for you and why your hair has completely changed?
What's interesting is I was raised by a woman that is now, the older she becomes, becoming more feminine and becoming more, as I age and become less identified with my femininity, she becomes more identified with hers. And I know that has to do with, you know, cancer survival and bilateral mastectomy and the hormones and such. But I also watched my mom struggle with her hair. Her whole life, she has hated, up until even now, her hair. And she goes wanting it long, wanting it short, wanting it long, wanting it short. So I had this sort of in limbo example growing up. And I also got to see that a woman could be beautiful with short hair. But I also got to see my dad, who criticized every time she cut her hair, because my dad is still very traditional. And my dad believes a woman should look the way a woman should look, right? He's got that belief system because of how he was raised. And there's not right or wrong to it. It's just who he is and what he believes. And it sort of started the inner conflict within myself. And so as I was getting older, I had long hair. It was black. It was dyed black, right? I had this look. I wanted to look Hispanic. It was what I was drawn to. So I grew my hair as long as I could. And in the process, guys, I was on and off of Remicade and so many different medications for my autoimmune diseases that my hair started falling out in clumps. That is not the reason I shaved my head. I have a lot of trauma, so I have a lot of scars that are on my head, and I hated like that the hair grew in different calyx and different reasons and blah, blah, blah. That's not why I shaved my head, okay? Every morning I woke up and I hated that I put my hair into a fucking ponytail because I hated doing my hair, and it was such a hassle to me where other women would be like, do you want to come over and we can like do our hair before we go out? And I would be like, I don't want to do my hair ever. What are you talking about? Like, I want to fucking shave my head, right? For 10 years, I wanted to shave my head. I didn't just wake up one day and shave my head, guys. Like, for 10 years, I had an inner fucking battle that every time I did anything, I would put my hair in a ponytail and leave the house, and I fucking hated it. And I slicked it back, and I would put water on it or gel so it didn't stick up, and I hid behind the hair. And the only reason I didn't shave it was because I was still an escort, and because I didn't want to wear wigs, and I knew that I could just wear my hair down and do my hair, you know, once in a while when I had a client. So a lot of men are not going to book you if you have a shaved head. It's a little more progressive nowadays. Maybe they would. I don't know. At the time, it didn't work out, okay? So I knew I couldn't do that. So shaving my head was less of a fuck you to society as everybody thinks it is. And it was more of a, I no longer am going to keep myself in any way, shape, or form small and put into a box so that I can check off boxes for other people, for their comfort level. I'm gonna do what makes me happy, and I fucking hate hair. And if I look like a little boy, then I'll deal with however that feels later. And I'm still dealing with the emotions that surround how I feel about having short hair and how, you know, it's completely internal, right? And the feedback I get is that women, no men, women come up to me and say, the first thing out of their mouth is, I wish I could do that. And I gotta tell you that the first thing that turns me off is hearing the words I wish. I wish means I want to, but I worry about what other people think. And like, you, mama, do not deserve to keep yourself small because of what someone's gonna think about how you choose to wear your fucking hair.
because that's what it really is. So I shave my head because I love it, and it's so much easier. Now the nails and the eyelashes, I will bite. I'm gonna keep it really simple for you. I will bite my fucking nails. I'm a neurotic person, and I try every single day and grow every single day into not being a neurotic person, but my nails are a system set in place so that I don't bite my nails. And I also now I love like the dichotomy.
So that's what I was going to point out. I was going to say,
Yeah.
I get it. We all, you know, I chew the sides, blah, blah, blah. But you don't just have like nails.
Long.
You've got
As fuck.
massive nails.
Claws.
You've got claws.
And part of that is also that I was dog walking for 10 years on the side, and you couldn't have long nails with dog walking because they would snap off on the leash, and you also can't have long nails when you're an escort because you have to do things with your hands. So it was also a like, I'm gonna have these nails so that I make sure I never go back to doing things that I don't really want to do anymore, just for income.
Amazing.
I deserve more. And
Amazing.
my eyelashes are legit, guys. It's the 1 hour that I get to be away from. It's the 1 hour I get to be away from my phone my
For
whole
me,
week.
It is a good nap. But for me, it's also like I like the way I feel like it does make me look more feminine, and to be able to wake up and not have to worry about makeup or anything like that, or like gluing on a false lash or anything like that, I think it's a time saver.
I think it makes me
Also.
look less homeless.
It does.
But I don't like, and you know what, you're right though. I don't, it's the gender thing, but I don't
Yeah.
like to wear makeup. I genuinely am not an artist in that way, and I don't enjoy putting on makeup. I think there's an art and a skill to it that's beautiful. So it would stress me out if I had to go somewhere and chose to go somewhere knowing like, yeah, I'm not gonna roll in and look like a hobo, so let me put on a little bit of whatever. Now I'm just like, bam, eyelashes, what's up, I'm here.
Oh, I'm done.
Yeah, my eyes are red and my eyelashes are beautiful, what's up, I'm here.
And it's crazy that these are, you know, we're definitely not filling your cup with tips and tricks, which we are going to get to. We're going to compile a little list for you of things that we cannot live without. If you are an anti-beauty girl also, then maybe these will help you and you'll be like, oh, I do that. Or maybe you can kind of look at your routine and say, man, do I need to wear the false eyelashes every single day? Do I need to put on all that foundation every single day? Maybe let your skin breathe.
Is it
You know,
bringing you
That
Is
was
it
what it
joy?
was too, more than anything, is I was finding that, and I didn't have money when I wore makeup. So I was going to Walmart or Target and buying the cheapest makeup I could find and caking it on so that I looked pretty. And I would have so much issues with my skin
But you would
underneath.
feel ugly.
I
You
would
put this
feel
mask
ugly.
on to feel something,
Mm-hmm.
to look a certain way,
Yeah.
but it makes you feel
Right.
the exact opposite of
Right.
why you did it in the first place.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is I see all these like Instagram stories and stuff of these celebrities that teach you how to contour, and then if you put lines
skill,
down,
man.
yeah, I mean, guys, this is a talent and a skill, and if you can do it, props to you. I cannot. But the thing that every time I watch that, I think, my God, I don't have the time to do that, to learn it, nor do I ever want to change the shape of my face. Like, why am I recontouring for a couple of photos?
This is me.
Yeah, this is
And
me.
if that's you and your jam is makeup, then you do you, boo. But if you are doing those things, I just want to offer you just a bit, okay? Check your fucking motive. Are you doing it because it truly brings... I have friends that they will sit and do their hair and makeup for 3 hours and they like fly as fuck and they love that shit. It fills their cup, it fuels their soul. They come out of that bathroom and they are like alive, right? That's not me, so I don't do that shit. So are you honoring your spirit and your soul and doing what you love for you, or are you doing it because you think that your partner is going to want to have sex with you because you look beautiful? Okay, I have news for you. You're beautiful without that shit.
And I'm going to build on that because to my mamas out there, kind of our makeup and self-care is kind of the first thing that goes by the wayside the minute that we have children. I mean, you know, you see every meme, every post by a mom that's like, I haven't showered in four months, and oh my God, I took my first shower. And I get that. Trust me, to put on mascara was like life-changing. So I understand that, but I just think that if you came pre-kids from a time that you did a ton of makeup and a lot of time for that sort of beautified look, and then you've had children, and then now you've let that slip, and now it's affecting your self-confidence, and now you're going, oh, but I need to do this. You don't have to do that. Maybe it's time to create a new a look for you because
a
new standard of beauty because mothers, we let it go and we don't have to. We can still be beautiful, and I want you to redefine what beauty needs to look for you in the time and the space that you have as a mother. And so what we're gonna do is we kind of brainstorm just like tips and tricks, things we cannot live without. So we're gonna go through just kind of like a list. And you know, whether you think, oh yeah, I use that or not, we actually are not even gonna say too many name brands because it's just more just like things that we use.
Yeah. I mean, we can share, like I'll share a few brands just because I don't, like I said, I grew up with like Walmart makeup. So I'm not gonna say, hey, go buy any of this or any of that. Right. But like one thing on my list would be I do my brows every single day. It is the only makeup that I actually do wear, but I do it because I feel like it balances my face in some way. I feel like if my brows aren't done, it's like I look sick almost.
Well,
That's how I feel about lashes.
Yes.
And I didn't realize till you just triggered it.
Yeah.
Because you were saying it makes you feel prettier, and I'm thinking, I honestly don't have lashes because they make me feel pretty.
Yeah.
I have them because I lost 90% of my lashes from Remicade, and it makes me feel sick. A shaved head doesn't make me feel sick, but no fucking eyelashes.
Yes. I remember being in the hospital and I was in for like 2 weeks and I had missed a lash appointment and all of them were gone by the next appointment. And I remember taking a picture and looking in the mirror and being like, I can't post that because I literally look like I'm gonna die. And that's how I feel when I don't have them. And so maybe that's something else internally that I need to work through or whatever, but that's why. And that's, again, why I do my brows. I just feel like they make it balanced.
And then the mamas out there, I had my lashes done once and I was like, I look like a fucking awesome girl. Like I was just like oh my God, I look like a rock star. And then guess what? I had to get them filled and I was like, I can't do it. There's no way I can do this every 2 or 3 weeks, which I would love to do. I cannot commit that time at this stage of my life. So I've let that go, but it was fun to try.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think all of us, thumbs up to the brow pencil. All of us use it. I will give a major prop to Lindsay because she had to have an intervention with me.
I don't use it anymore, but I get them tinted now because the depths of my laziness is tried and true. And one of the things I don't enjoy is doing beauty shit. And so one of my goals that I had set for myself income-wise was I am going to make women prioritize their hair, right? It's like a big thing. All my girlfriends were always like, oh, well, I told my husband that I had to prioritize my hair. It's $300. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. But now I get it because I'm like, cool. My lashes, my brows, and my nails. Those are the things that make me happy for whichever reasons they make me happy. I'm putting those into my budget. But before I could afford it, Maybelline eyebrow pencil.
I know, and this is, and she literally remember, we talked about that,
But I am gonna...
And I pumped you up. I was like, let's drop those brows, baby.
I'm gonna drop though, like a brand because I don't use like a Walmart pencil and I used to and things like that. But I love the Anastasia brow powder.
Hello.
So I buy it's a little round powder. It has like 2 tones. You use one color for the inside, one color for the outside, and a little fun brush. And it's so fucking easy, and it literally lasts me all day long.
Are your brows 2 different colors?
Wait, what do you mean
like
inside?
This is the
The
color.
inside
and
by
this is
the
color.
inside.
It is? It looks the same.
I know.
Look at her, she blends.
I know.
Okay, this is a game
See, I just get them
So good at
tinted.
makeup.
Guys, I get them tinted and I get them waxed. That's it.
Brows are a whole game changer, and I think we need a
They
whole
are.
other episode that Raina has
Maybe,
2 colored brows, which now every time I see you, I'm gonna be like checking.
Now
your
look,
brows.
I'm staring now. I'm like, I need to see them closer.
I know. I'll show you how to do it.
But I will say one thing that all 3 of us swear by, we cannot live without, is chapstick. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you, we are chapstick crazy girls. We are constantly glossing and chapping.
But it's not a gloss even.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
The
Not a gloss.
anxiety that comes when you're like, where's my where's my
Right now, where's my
chapstick?
chapstick?
Like it's a next level stress that pops in when we can't find
And
the
there is
chapstick.
a chapstick etiquette, which we are fine with, but you do have to when you get around girls, and maybe there are chappy girls out there. You can't just assume you can borrow someone's chapstick. I always ask before. No, you do ask because
I always assume.
I know, but we have friends.
Yours I didn't use though. You saw me pick it up and put it back down. Like
Why
I was
didn't you
like,
use mine?
Rena's, I don't know, probably not.
And
My point-
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use this real
Oh,
quick.
I don't
like,
know. I just thought, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, I'll put my mouth.
I didn't know there were rules though.
I'm just saying.
Just kidding.
I'm just saying there are some chapstick rules.
Okay.
And then I think that you need to double check with your friends if you can borrow their chapstick first. I'm just
Okay,
adding
they're
it
not
to
your
it.
friends if you can't put on.
Okay, well, true enough. What about wipes?
Oh, necessity. I like Cetaphil wipes. I know we weren't doing brands. I'm just gonna say it. Guys, I hate to shower. I fucking hate it.
I was just gonna
Once
say
I'm in the shower, it's like exercise. Once I'm in the shower, I'm like, oh, I live here now. But to get me in the goddamn shower is like pulling teeth, and I don't know what that's about. I'll, to be determined. But I just don't like it. So I will whore bath it up, and I take wipes, and the Cetaphil wipes, you could literally wipe from head to toe, and they're like a bath, and then you're done. Like,
Yeah.
let's move along.
I have a family member that would call it a PTA bath, and it's
Pits, tits, and ass.
or
Oh, puss.
but
I'm all papaya.
it's a PTA bath. So I'm a bit like buy wipes and take it, especially traveling too. Like I'll take them and I'm like I don't have time to shower.
There's
I don't
no
have time
time
to
to
wash
shower.
and dry my hair.
Time for that.
You're just PTA done. PTA bath.
And so,
armpits.
armpits.
I heard pits, tits, and ass, but it's actually
Hashtag PTA.
Hashtag Lady Bits PTA.
Wipes are a necessity for all of us. We do not travel. I use them every night before I go to bed because, hey, mamas, we actually don't even have time to wash our freaking faces.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? As I'm putting kids to bed or feeding a bottle, I'm wiping the half swipe of mascara I managed to get on my face, off my face, and moving on with my night.
You guys wonder
that
why
make
I
you
don't.
wanna be a
I'm
mom?
like, and you guys literally wonder why I don't want children.
Yeah.
But I haven't told you about
My
the
kids
kisses
got me
that I
up
got from
early.
my kids.
Ew.
It's true. And I
you
will
mean the
say-
unwanted, unnecessary, uninvited touching and loving on
But
you?
listen,
No.
One of the moments that allowed me to let go of needing makeup was my daughter grabbing me by the face and telling me how pretty I was. At night, when I had washed my face, didn't have makeup on, and it was just me.
Love that. I had to learn
Thank
and chose
you,
to
Raina.
learn to do that for myself. But my mom does always tell me how beautiful I am.
Let's talk about night
do love
routines or morning routines with skincare. I think all of us swear by. We had them on many episodes ago.
We're
All
gonna
of us-
pitch it, but we're not trying to pitch it.
but we all use
But
the products.
naturally-
It's that good that we all use it.
Vessel. Yeah, there is not one thing that goes on my face other than Vessel products. And
And
it's
I
the moisturizer, the serum, and the night
And
cream.
I feel like Lindsay, you said it perfectly. You put it on your face, and you were like, my whole skin just like tightened and felt yummy.
Yeah.
Like these products, we all use the serum. There's a night cream. Like
I
guys,
swore by Dermalogica for
Yeah.
30 years, guys. And I had normal skin. My skin was my best quality, let's be honest. People were always like, oh my God, your skin is so great. You're an asshole, but your skin's fucking great. So now, in the last 5 years with the hormone shifts in my body and getting older, guys, my skin has completely changed. I could no longer use things that I had been using because my skin acted differently. I started to get cystic acne to the point that it was so painful. I picked at one of them at one point and got MRSA, which is a really gnarly infection, and kept trying different skincares, and they were making it worse. Somebody talked to me about CBD skincare. So even if you don't believe in medical cannabis, I just want to put a bug in your ear about CBD skincare, okay? And Vessel oils change the game. Guys, I have not had to have one steroid shot into my previously cystic acne face. My skin is not 100% clear because I suck at skin maintenance, but when I do use the serum, and then they haven't, the wash is coming.
Yeah.
But it's a whole system, and it really, I think it would benefit you. I watched Raina use it. It's one of the reasons why I was willing to try it, even though I was really picky. And so if you're a person that's like, well, I have really sensitive skin and I have autoimmune and I blah, blah, blah. Girl, I hear you. Try this shit. I promise you it will work.
And even this morning, being so tired and just on the go, like I woke up this morning and looked in the mirror and I was like, oh no.
I'm gonna do it right
And so I grabbed like the little bottle is a night cream, and I grabbed it and I did like a squirt here, and I did like this under my eye and you could immediately like feel the
I'm
tightness
gonna do it on
Yeah.
and just it's.
Lindsay
we can
is like
stop
literally.
talking about it.
Well,
but it's,
Lindsay
like,
is
the
right
best.
now putting
Yeah,
it on. But
she's
here's another.
I'm gonna do it on
amazing.
half
You
my
guys, I'm
tired
gonna
face.
CBD it again because mamas, if you have time for a bath, toss the CBD bath bomb,
Yes.
which I swear by.
Yes.
Bath bombs are life. It's another beauty regime that I love, and a good CBD one, just next level.
Yeah.
I am gonna say though, another thing that I use religiously is collagen.
Yes.
And so I add it to my morning matcha. I will add it to a smoothie. Guys, there's so many different brands. Do your research, and I think it's something that everybody needs to look into. The lower dosage, really, really good for hair, skin, nails. The higher dosage, you're actually gonna get benefits into your joints.
Gut.
And
Your
gut
gut,
health. So collagen, I think all of us agree that that is.
And if
not-
you guys
yeah.
are like me and you can't have animal protein, there are vegan collagen alternatives. You can Google it, empower yourself, look into the options. I also primarily cannot digest most animal proteins, and there are certain brands like
Vital
Vital
really
Protein.
special. Vital Proteins, I know, and Beachbody Collagen both have not actually bothered my stomach. So I just wanted to go on record and let you know that if you have Crohn's, you can try one or both, and they possibly could help you.
Amazing. We made a list, and I have here Tinkle.
I looked at that list and what the fuck is Tinkle?
Of course it's mine. Okay, Tinkle, guys, this is a razor that you can get. They have, that's just the brand that's from Amazon. You can get different, they're like, oh my God, she thinks she's a boy. She has a razor. I can just already hear it, right? Guys, listen, I'm not talking about a razor to shave your face. There are women that do it. It's called microdermaplaning or dermablading. Again, beauty's not my jam, okay? If that's what you do, you do you. I have a mustache and like it. I use it because I see a barber, and right now I'm a little shaggy, so you can't tell because I was on vacation, but I get a lineup at a barber shop that I love, and so I really care about my lineup, and I make sure that I carry my razor with me to just kind of make sure that I keep the line looking good. And so it's funny, when I was being asked this question, I was like, I don't care about beauty, I don't care about beauty. Oh, well, my definition of beauty is more of a man thing, and yeah, like a man thing in society is I bring a razor to make sure that my line is looking sharp.
I bring a razor to make sure my vagina hair is not
There you go.
I was
Mine is lazy.
flowing out of my workout shorts.
I was gonna say that. I can't. That was gonna be mine.
I can
thought-
tinkle your little finger.
I am really happy that 99% of our audience is female.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
makes
girls,
sense.
whether you
But
wax
you can
or
tinkle
shave.
your face as well. It works
Yeah.
for like all the
Yeah.
little things. I say embrace the hair on your face if that's your thing, because I like it. But
And I'm
you do
completely
you.
opposite. I will shave and get rid of any mustache that is there. I haven't done it right now because, you know, why?
Are
But
you nervous because we're just like,
But
Well,
you
no,
have hair
I'm-
there, and I don't like. You cannot have one, not even a cut hair, quite literally, of hair there. 'Cause if
Really?
it start-
Are you
I got it
talking to
lasered,
you?
and if it starts to grow out, I'm like in it to win it with the epilator. But I'll grow hair on my face, but not on my. Isn't that
Okay.
interesting?
that is interesting.
Interesting.
and I think
That's
the
another
last,
episode.
yeah, I think the last thing that if you know us or you've been listening, we all like
Bush
to
or
work
no
out.
bush?
We 100% love dry shampoo. So
Oh my
that's the
God.
last thing on our list.
I don't make it with. I feel like, and I've heard 100 times that it's not good to wash your hair every single day. I've heard it. Well, you wouldn't. Yes, but I love dry shampoo, and it wasn't until we went to Vancouver when I realized that Batiste brand.
Oh,
Dude, I ordered
swear
it on
by it.
Amazon, and it's the fucking best. It's the only way I go a week with between washes.
I literally spray that Batiste stuff in my hair, and my hair smells
Yeah.
like
Where
a
do they
tropical
buy that?
vacation.
Amazon.
Sounds fancy. Ooh, okay.
Amazon.
Yeah,
And you,
know,
can get it for like dark roots, blonde roots, red
Oh.
roots, like, and it has it like tints. Oh, and up here, this is what's amazing too. The flyaways and stuff like that, I can spray it here, and it's almost like it sprays dark so that it doesn't look as sparse.
Ladies, if you have hair loss,
Interesting.
I know a lot of moms have that,
Yeah.
don't they? I feel like women
Yeah.
talk about just the joys of having
Yeah.
children.
Up,
They're like, I love my
our
hair.
lovely assistant. This is it. This is it. If you're on
That's
YouTube,
travel size. Check out
This is
YouTube.
Batiste.
That's what it looks like. That's
Yeah.
for.
And this is
a
the
dark
divine
hair.
dark. So you
Yeah.
spray it, and it's literally like leaves behind a darkness.
How fun
Yeah.
is that? That's like I remember when I was younger and I
It's
wanted to dye
amazing.
my hair and I would spray just like
Thank
a
you,
streak.
assistant.
That was so fun. I think,
Amazing.
ladies, I'm pretty sure
Okay,
it's time.
it's time for a bit of tea.
Yay.
Those were our beauty tips. Yeah, that was beauty.
Hope it helped.
That was
Anti-beauty from us.
Anti-beauty. So today's a bit of tea is by Mrs. Spina.
Spina bit.
Spina, MRS.SPINA.
You're gonna get some swag from the Lady Bits, girl. Check your slot.
Yes, and it is kind of good. I feel like we've talked about mom a lot in this podcast. So her question is just a piece of advice to a mama.
Oh.
So can I start?
Okay.
Can I start?
Sure.
Mamas, it's gonna be short and easy. Wherever you are at, it's okay.
It's okay.
Just know that everything that you are in, the sleepless nights, the kid that's tantruming, the teenager that's like, hey, fuck you, you know, wherever you are at, it is okay and you will progress to the next stage. You are never trapped That's the way that I felt. I felt like this is never going to end. So guys, it will change, it will morph, and embrace the change, mamas, and you can do it.
And mine, honestly, I even believe that I told you this at one point, like, be patient. Like, I remember the sleepless nights and the diapers and the crying and the tantrums, and then, you know, they can't express themselves, so it is just crying, and you're like pulling your hair out, like, holy shit, what did I just do? Like, why do I have a kid? Like, why did I do this? But then they grow up a little bit, and it does become more fun, and it does become easier, and they can wipe their own ass, and they can make their own dinner and things like that. But then it does turn into the fuck you, mom, because then they're teenagers. So just be patient, I think. And I think I'm talking to myself when I say that.
And you know what? Guess what? After the fuck you, mom, then all of a sudden they're gone.
Yeah.
And then you'll be calling them, like, hey, you want to come over? You want to come over? And then it comes full circle. And then you're going to be a Lindsay who's still in love with her mom.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because that is the circle that
Made her life miserable.
yeah, but that's
On
the
the way,
circle.
yeah.
On the way, yes. And so Lynn's quick
But I do love hearing that.
I was a
because it's
teenager
like-
that said fuck you,
Yeah.
fuck you, fuck you, and I was the adult that said fuck you, fuck you,
Yeah.
fuck you. And I'm still the adult that, because of the way that I live my life, my parents take it as a fuck you, even though that's not what it is. So my advice is for the no mama. If you are out there and you are not sure if you want to be a mom, that's okay. If you're out there and you can't be a mom for whatever reason, or you are unwilling, like me, to be a mom, that's okay. You are okay. You have a place, and it's totally okay to change your fucking mind too. So in the meantime, take care of them bits.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey Lady Bits, thanks again for tuning in and listening to our podcast. The way this community really grows and supports one another is simply by word of mouth. We would really appreciate it if you could head over and rate and review our podcast on iTunes, then go check out our social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and go like, share, comment, and subscribe to all of it. This community is really to support women, educate women, and also just to help you find your voice. So until next time, take care of the bits you've got.